How are you, Phil?
I'm doing great, Dan. It's fun to be back on your show. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So what's been going on? You kind of been in the news here lately, the last week or so.
Yeah, I've actually been vacationing in Hawaii this last week with family. As you know, Amanda graduated, and so we wanted one kind of family trip before she heads off to college here at the end of the summer. And so we just had a great little trip, and it was fun to spend that time together.
Do you play golf on your vacation?
Not usually, no. Usually, I'll try to get away as much as I can.
But see, we would play golf on our vacation, but do people try to get you to play golf? Do your kids want you to play golf with them?
No, I started them at a young age, but they really haven't taken to the game. My Amanda, my oldest daughter, played 3 varsity sports in high school, but it was tennis, basketball, and lacrosse. So golf really wasn't one of them. So when we're on, what's nice about it for me, Dan, is that when we're on a family trip, the fact that Amy does not play, we end up having other mutual activities that we enjoy doing together. So that when I'm home, golf is my job, and I love it, and I go play and practice. But when I go on vacation, I'm able to get away from it, and I try not to touch a club.
Who's the best athlete in the family?
Well, I guess it depends. But my oldest daughter is pretty good, but she doesn't excel at, say, one sport. She's just very good at all of them. And I would say that I guess I would say I excel at a sport, but I'm not great at all of them.
What was your second best sport?
Did I lose you?
Are you still there?
Oh, yeah, there I am.
Oh, okay.
There you are.
What was your second best sport?
I feel fairly decent at snow skiing. My dad was an incredible skier growing up, and we spent a lot of time skiing when I was a kid. He started me when I was 4. So I feel very competent on skis. I loved baseball, though. I wasn't. I was okay at baseball.
We're talking to Phil Mickelson. How much of the U.S. Open did you watch?
As much as I could. I watched almost every shot when the graduation was done, and we had a few celebrations and parties and get-togethers and so forth. But I watched as much as I could. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was incredible theater. I thought that Brooks Koepka played some phenomenal golf on Sunday. The back nine was fun to watch the way he pulled away. It was an exciting tournament, and then he just kind of took hold of it. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Well, do you watch and then go imagine yourself playing that? You can't help but do that, right? Playing the course in your mind?
No, I mean, it was looking at 50-yard wide fairways and no rough around the greens was I was salivating, but 16 under par was pretty impressive, and it was more fun, I think, to watch than to try to compete with. It was fun for me after 25 years of not really being able to watch major championship golf to get a first-class view of all the players and all the shots, and it was very impressive how talented these guys are at some of the shots that they hit. I was very impressed being able to watch from the outside looking in rather than the other way.
How emotional was graduation day?
It was emotional. It was emotional, but more than that, it was one of those moments that you just cherish. And to be there for my daughter when she was speaking, she gave a very eloquent speech, much more so than I could have ever done, and with a lot of deep meaning. And I'm just so proud of her, and I was so proud to be there and to be a part of it and to share that moment together as a family. So more than emotion, it was just a feeling of I don't want to say satisfaction, but of pride, I guess, of pride watching my oldest child thrive.
You need a caddy now, apparently. How long had you and Bones been talking about this parting of ways?
I don't know. We've kind of sensed it. We knew that we were hoping that the U.S. Open would be our last tournament together because we started in the U.S. Open in 1992, 25 years ago. but technically we started in the U.S. Open qualifying, which took place in Memphis 25 years ago. So it was almost to a day, 25 years. And we knew that final round, that it was our final round together, most likely. And it was an emotional day for us. But we've had 25 incredible years where we've shared highs and lows on and off the golf course. The Ryder Cup, President's Cup team events have been incredible experiences for us to partake in because they're so stressful and emotional. We've also had a number of wins, but we've also had a number of difficult times. And Dan, when I went through the most difficult time in my life, when Amy was going through her battle with cancer, the first person to show up was Bones and his wife Jen. That really taught me a lot, because what I learned through that process is when people are going through a tough time, you just show up. You just need to be there. And it was Bones who demonstrated that firsthand. So we've had these emotional experiences on and off the course, highs and lows, and I'm so thankful and appreciative that I was able to share those with him. I can't think of a better person to have done that with. And going forward, as my brother, who manages John Rahm, is going to carry the bag, take over the bag for the rest of the year, and I'm appreciative for John okaying it, because obviously that's my brother Tim's first priority. Tim is one of the people that I love, like, and respect the most in this world, and I'm very appreciative and excited about the opportunity to spend more time with him, because when he left to coach the men's golf team at Arizona State 5.5 years ago, I didn't get to see him very much, and it was I really missed him. And so now that he's been managing John, I've been able to see him in a lot more tournaments, and now that he's going to be carrying the bag, I get to work with him daily, and I'm really, really excited about that opportunity.
Why do we think there's something else attached to this other than a parting of ways, a mutual parting of ways with you and Bones?
I didn't know that you did.
Well, I guess you can't help but think that, yeah, because there was nothing else attached to this with, hey, this is going to be the final tournament, or this could be the final tournament. And maybe you just kept it in-house. It just feels like that there was something else attached to it. And, I didn't know if it was health. I didn't, there was a variety of things that came to mind. But it just feels like it was such a great partnership. And I remember having Bones on when Stevie Williams said that nonsense about how many tournaments he had won, him and Tiger, and he was saying, we've won X number, and Bones came on, and I said, is there going to be a day when Phil has to fire you? And he said, yeah, there probably will be. So I don't know. I
don't think it was a firing. It was just we both kind of talked about it, and there wasn't an incident. It was just, I think we both needed a change, and there's really no better way to say it. We both were looking for something different, and I think that he's going to have opportunities to be on the bag of some great players. I think a lot of the top players are going to want him on his bag because of his experience, his knowledge, his ability to think clearly under the gun, his Ryder Cup and President's Cup experiences, knowing and having such a high golf IQ. I think he's going to be able to bring a lot to the table for a number of players, and I think that's going to be exciting and give him a new energy to have an opportunity like that. And for me, like I said, to have time with my brother is going to be exciting for me as well.
Yeah, it might be a situation like Fluff when Fluff went to Tiger after he had caddied for a couple of veteran golfers there. Might be a change of scenery. I did want to ask you about Spieth's celebration yesterday. I love seeing emotion. When you won at Augusta with the emotion there, are the golf purists going to be upset about this, Phil? After somebody going to write the column or talk about that? Hey, he threw his club, or they threw a rake, or Berger still had a putt to be made there. Like, what is the proper decorum in a situation like that, in your opinion?
I think the proper decorum is what happened. You want to show emotion like that, and their jump and their leap and chest bump together. I certainly am envious of that, because they pulled it off like they had been practicing it. And maybe they have. He's won so much. But I think I loved the celebration. I think we all did. But what was really impressive and inspiring to me, Dan, was that he did not have his best stuff the final round. Certainly that back nine, he wasn't hitting it the way he normally does. He wasn't putting the way he normally does. But he found a way to win. And that's what's so impressive. In fact, you even knew, as it looked like he was making mistakes, you even knew that he was going to find some way to kind of pull it out. And he did. I mean, and he did it in spectacular fashion. It's almost as though you're looking to see what he does to pull it out and to find a way to win. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, the better you are, the luckier you get. And these shots were not lucky. These shots were he's just hit them and practiced them so much that he's pulling them off under pressure. It's just fun to watch.
Let me let you get in your plug about the KPMG Future Leaders there that you and Amy are a part of.
Well, KPMG sponsors and partner with the PGA of America to put on this tournament, and as part of the beneficiary, they're a new program called the Future Leaders program, which gets these young girls from high school partnered with a mentor in the business world, introduces them to the game of golf, gives them college scholarships, and shows how golf can really be a part of your business success. Because, as you know, we spend 4 or 5 hours together on the golf course, and if you're in business, you're learning about your partners, your clients, on a personal level, on a business level, how you can better fulfill their needs. And so golf can really be a tool, whether they become professional golfers or whether they enter the business world, to help them succeed. In this mentorship program where you are partnered with a mentor who is successful already in the business world, gives them a pathway to succeed in business. And so education is something Amy and I have always been fond of and believe is the way to get out and way for a better life. And this program is helping many young girls do that.
It's KPMG, and part of the Women's PGA Championship later today, Phil, will be in Chicago. Great to catch up. Love to talk sports, not golf necessarily, at some point again, Phil. So thank you for joining us.
Dan, thanks for having me on. It was good talking to you.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.